talking. When we talk about migration, let's be quite clear. This isn't some strange aberration. This isn't some sort of odd thing that happens every now and then, that like a few thousand people living in Jamaica or in Bangladesh or something suddenly get together and go, hey, let's go somewhere. Yeah, where should we go? Let's go to Britain. Wow. And that this is some odd, strange, extreme activity that somehow or other, you know, that we need to watch out for in case there's too much of it or there's going to be a problem. This is what human beings do. It's what they've always done everywhere in the world. There is just migration. That's what happens. You know, we should really ban the word immigration, all right? I know we can't, I'm not into banning words, but in a way, right, it's because that's what happens. You know what happens? Where did the Brits go? They go in their millions. If you go to southwest France, right, you will see fish and chip shops. You will see Brits walking about in the street, speaking English very loudly. It annoys some French people. They get very, very cross about it. There are hundreds and thousands of Brits. There are millions of Brits all over the world. Some of them hang on to their passports and play cricket. They even try to teach the French cricket, which hasn't gone down too well, I can tell you. But anyway, as it happens, some of them have, you know, well, anyway, they can't keep their arms straight. But anyway, that's another matter. That's a joke, by the way. Right. So that's what human beings do. Actually, I mean, if you want to be odd about it, I mean, any human existence on these islands are a consequence of migration, because once they were covered in snow and ice. So actually, whatever happens about this country, it has always been about migration, and people have migrated to it and from it. And that is the situation in human beings everywhere.
As the economy worsens, as the unemployment line grows, as the public services are steadily diminished, the siren call of the far right to blame the Muslim family on the street corner running a small shop, or the people of colour who seem to have a bigger council house than the ire-filled poor, discriminated against, white working class, discriminated against by capitalism and by the governments that support that system. We have to be on our guard. These are indeed dangerous times. The reason why the far right are targeting Muslims today is not because they like Sikhs. It's not because they like Hindus. It's not because they like Afro-Caribbean people any more than they did before. They have fastened upon Muslims as a target because Islamophobia has become the most virulent of the strains of racism in this period.
But be in no doubt that multiculturalism is a euphemism against Islam and Muslims. If you look at the newspapers, they tell the story themselves. The Telegraph: Muslims must embrace core British values, says Cameron. The Sun: zero tolerance for Muslim extremists. The Mail: Cameron says it's time to stop tolerating the Islamic extremists. Most of the headlines, the editorials, the discussions have a general theme, and that is clear and consistent, that Mr. Cameron thinks multiculturalism has caused Islamic extremism. And who are Islamic extremists? Who is to differentiate one Muslim from the other? Who's going to put up the scale? Who's going to judge us? And what yardstick are we going to use today, tomorrow, and the day after? Is an extremist today a woman who wears a veil, tomorrow a man with a cap, the day after the one with a beard, or simply a name Muhammad is an extremist? I leave that for you to judge. I feel there is winds, dark winds of racism sweeping through Europe as they did in the early 1920s. And I don't exaggerate that, living the life of a Muslim in Britain today, and in Europe as well. From Angela Merkel, as we heard, Nicolas Sarkozy, Avni, former Prime Minister of Spain, Jose Aznar, Switzerland, Australia, and now our own Prime Minister, all saying, jumping onto the bandwagon, that multiculturalism has failed us.
If you take one match, you can break it. If you take two matches, you can break them. If you take three matches, maybe you can break them. You take a whole box of matches, you can't break them. That's unity. That's a union. I will finish with this poem. And it's about the 38 bus. There's nothing more militant than the 38 bus. Does anyone know the 38 bus? Hands up in there. Hey! Let's hear it for the 38 bus. The bus goes on and it's full and it's leaving and it's laughing and it's going on and it's morning and it's evening and it's in Punjabi and it's daytime and it's full and it stops and it's suspicious. And it starts and it's in Igbo and it's shouting and it's shopping and it's rapping and it's lit up and it's dark and it's shut up, will you? And it's crying and it's squealing and it's in Dutch and it's breaking and it's in Geordie and it's at the station and it's skint and it's full of babies and it's full of men and it's going on and it's past the Vietnamese cafe and it's past the tyre depot and it's past the silver car and it's chauffeur and it's waiting for Sinatra to start up and it's in patois and it's chips and vinegar and it's past the park and it's full of football and it's a bellyache and it's full of jokes and it's scared and it's in Arabic and it's back from school and it's pushing and it's raining and it's full right armpits, man, and it's tracks and it's angry, it's full of yesterday and it's riding under the lights and it's the smell of oil and it's pissed and it's combing and it's kissing and it's packets of rice and it's cassava and it's over the canal and it's the baby's bottle and it's over the railway and it's under the cranes and it's in the shadows of the palaces in glass and it's in Albanian, and it's bleach, and it's the homework in late, and it's spuds, and it's the hijab, and it's shoulders next to backs, next to fronts, and it's revving, and it's too late, and it's too early, and it's not enough, and it's going on, and it's on time, and it's dreaming, and it will get there today, and it will get there tomorrow. When will it get there? Tomorrow. Thank